I'm going to show you a great drill to practice your chip and run technique. Let's talk about the technique that you need to master to make sure you get it up and down from everywhere. First of all, let's talk about posture position. We want to stand up quite tall to the ball, bit of flex in the knees, keep the lower half of the body very solid. Then from there, we're going to get the hands in front of the ball. Now we can do this immediately at address. A great place to keep the left hand is on the left thigh. So from there, we then go ahead and get more 80% of the weight to the left hand side. By getting the weight to the left hand side, it's easy for us to do a descending blow down onto the shot. Poor chip and run players and poor chippers around the green in general tend to get their weight too evenly distributed, or even worse, back on their right hand side and start scooping shots. To be the best we can, we want to get forward on the left hand side and be able to create a nice easy descending blow. So once you've set the club and got 80% of the weight on the left hand side, I want you to feel as if this left shoulder starts the movement. So as we take the club back, we keep it very efficient and very soft. So the left shoulder's moving the club back. Keep the grip pressure very, very light. Now from this position here, we're just going to let the club drop naturally through to a held follow through position. You can see how I've turned my weight through to the shot, even though it's only a very short shot. Watch again. I'm very efficient on the length of swing through to the follow through. I'm not taking the club back here and then de-accelerating. I'm just taking it back a natural amount and through to a nice held position. So that's very important to master those keys. Now, when we turn to the shot, as always, I've set up the 3-foot circle. Now, what's the 3-foot circle? Basically, we want to get the ball in and around 3 feet. So by setting up the circle, we give ourselves a really good target. Yes, we want to try and hold the shot from here, but if we focus on getting it inside the 3-foot target, we'll get more up and downs going, and that's what we want to do. So, back to the shot. I'm going to show you the shot with 3 clubs. We've got a 7-iron, a 9-iron, and a sand iron. Now, the brilliant thing about this technique is that we're just going to play the same technique with each club. So, first of all, the 7-iron. Come in, get the weight 80% on that left-hand side, and get the club set. Now, if we do these 2 things, it's very easy to repeat that movement over and over again. Now, from there, let's get the club lined up correctly. You can see my feet, knees, hips, everything's very square. I'm not trying to stand too open or anything. Let's set up very square. So from there, keep the weight on the left-hand side. We're just going to release that shoulder back and through to a really easy finish position. So, let's hit one. Very simple technique. And down and into our 3-foot circle. See how I've held my finish? Right, let me go ahead and play one with a 9-iron. You can see, same technique. Set the club at address. This allows me to be so consistent with the flight of the shot and the consistency. Weight on the left-hand side. Once again, I'm just going to turn that left shoulder back. Hold that finish. Final shot, sand iron. Same thing again, although we're using different clubs, 80% of the weight on the left hand side. Now I'm just going to turn that left shoulder back. Ball position's fairly central for all the clubs. Now let me leave you with one final tip about aiming the club. I see a lot of players, even professionals, and they don't concentrate on lining the club up correctly. This is almost like a little cheat. If you get a very good line on the shot, and you put your club on that line and leave it there, no waggling, no fiddling, it's so easy to get a really good line on the shot. I now know that that is set up fantastically well to my target. Now if I leave it there, I don't need to go ahead and manipulate it in my swing. So, set the club. Now the line of shot will improve so much if you get your setup and address position correctly. Go ahead, hit some great shots.